Hello, everyone, and welcome to the deck. So for those who don't know me, my name is Alexis. I am a senior community developer here at Ubisoft Singapore. And I'm very happy to be live today and welcome all of you to the first Devstream that we're doing from Singapore, actually. I have two special guests with me today, two members of the development team that I brought with me to help me answer your most recurring questions, basically any questions you have about Skull and Bones, and also talk a little bit about how the last week went for us and how we see ourselves moving forward, and what are the things we're working on, what are the things we are hoping to address in the future. So yeah, hopefully all of you have had time to ask questions on Reddit, on Discord. Otherwise, you can ask questions right now on the chat as well. I'll try to keep an eye on everything and collect your questions as quickly as possible so I can ask them to the two of my guests, which I will introduce to you in a few minutes. Before I do that, however, there's something I want to show all of you for the very first time. It hasn't been released yet, and hopefully we'll already start answering some of your questions about the future of Skull and Bones. So without further ado, enjoy this.
Prepare to clash against new rivals as tensions rise in the Indian Ocean. With fleets of resource-rich ships traversing these waters, pirates from across the world are driven into a feeding frenzy. Experience it all for free in the first season of Skull and Bones: Raging Tides. Face the vicious Captain Philippe Lepeste and his legendary pirate ship La Potence in the tides of terror. Incurring the wrath of local supernatural forces, he leaves the Caribbean for the Indian Ocean in search of a cure for the curse inflicted upon him and for control over the helm. Equipped with plague bombs that taint everything they touch, he and his ravenous fleet of plague bringers and plague hunters will pose a threat to your pirate empire. Lure him into all-out naval warfare by decapitating his captains and taking down his invading fleet, leading up to an epic showdown. With more pirates swarming the Indian Ocean for a chance at untold wealth, you'll encounter brand new world events on the treacherous seas. Because of this, mega corporations like the DMC and Compagnie Royale rush to complete high-stakes deals along the trade routes before pirates can strike. Hell-bent on defending their territory, the clan of Farah pulls together all their resources to build an elite warship to protect their merchant convoys. As a pirate, your reputation is everything. Climb the ranks of the kingpin leaderboards to secure your place at the top and unlock exclusive higher-tier weapons and equipment for an edge against your enemies. Amidst the brewing turmoil, an influential figure from the West hears of your exploits and reaches out to you with a proposal to smuggle high-value resources under the nose of megacorporations while thwarting Lepeste's rise to power. Prove your worth and reap rewards as you progress across 3 unique paths simultaneously on the Smuggler Pass: the Shipmaster, Quartermaster and Gunnermaster. Obtained from the Shipmaster, the Whaling Ward armor provides additional protection to your crew by reducing incoming damage and stamina depletion from the toxic attacks. The Quartermaster grants the La Potence schematics, which reveals the weak points and boosts damage dealt to Lepeste's fleet and his ship when you're in a group. From the Gunnermaster, you can acquire the Carronade, a powerful new weapon ideal for crushing hulls and flooding your enemy's ships. Combine these new weapons and equipment, and you might just survive the Plague King's onslaught. And for those who dress to kill, you'll also earn gold on the Premium Pass to purchase more opulent cosmetics from famed foreign bazaars. The Atelier and Shipwright will also receive shipments of exotic new cosmetics regularly, which are only purchasable for a limited time. The time is now, Captain. Hoist your sails, load your cannons, and plunge into all-out naval mayhem as you enter the raging tides of Skull and Bones.
All right. So yeah, that was season 1 in a nutshell. As you can see, as you hopefully saw at the end of the trailer, it's coming February 27th. So that's next week, next Tuesday. It's coming very soon. We're very excited. We hope you're gonna enjoy everything we've planned for season 1. Obviously, that's a lot of new content coming from all our players. There's a lot of things to discover. And we can't wait for you to get your hands on it. But before we talk a bit more about what's coming in the future of Skull and Bones, I'd like to introduce the 2 guests that I have with me today. So first of all, Ernest. Hi, Ernest. How are you doing?
Hello, Alexi. Hello, my name is Ernest. I'm a senior game designer on Skull and Bones. I actually work with a lot of the combat team. We work with a lot of the AI, a lot of the ships you see in the ocean. That's what we work on. Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, like Ernest said, he's one of the game designers, so he'll have a lot of information about the things he's either working on or thinking about. He works with me very closely as well when it comes to listening to the community feedback and understanding the feedback. So we definitely have a lot of questions for him later on, and hopefully he will give us a bit more ideas on what they're thinking about and what they're hoping to achieve for Skull and Bones in the future, which hopefully will address some of the feedback the community has. But I also have another guest with me today, which is Samuel. Samuel, how are you doing?
Hey Alexi, hi everyone. I'm Samuel, a project manager on Skull and Bones on the quality team. I work with my team quite a bit to look at community feedback, and that's kind of our main focus, and trying to ensure that we always have things that are planned for players, and also have a listening ear, and you can work on player feedback and overall make the game a better experience for everyone. I think with launch, like, everyone on the team has been super excited about seeing all of the different feedback from like Discord, from Reddit, from YouTube, and it's really something to see that all of the players really want a lot of different features, and we're just excited to see what we can bring to you guys.
Yeah. So again, Sam. I mean, the reason I brought Sam and Ernest today is because they are a very good duo. On the one hand, the designing team, which is basically the team thinking about all the features and improvement we can make to the game, and Sam is basically the person who I go to with all my feedback, saying, okay, this is everything the community wants. And his job is basically to kind of figure out how to prioritize it, what is the most urgent, what is the most the quickest fixes to do, basically, and then work with the designers on making it a reality. So again, I have both Ernest and Samuel today. Hopefully that gives us a good chance to address some of your questions. Probably not all of them, because there's been like Sam, there's been a ton of feedback coming all over the place on social media, on Reddit, on Discord since the launch. We also have been gathering feedback from the Insider program for years now, so we also have this feedback coming from even before the launch that we are still, looking at and trying to address. Some of it will come with season 1, some of it will come with season 2, some of it will come in between with hot fixes and server fixes. But before we jump into that, I also wanted to ask you, Ernest and Samuel, it's almost a week now since the launch. It's more than a week since open beta. How do you feel about Skull and Bones finally being out there and seeing all the players pick up the game and start sharing their thoughts about it all over the place? How do you feel about all this?
I mean, it's cathartic, right? I've been on this project for a while now, and it's finally out. We're finally getting a lot of feedback. We're finally seeing, what players are really doing with the game, what builds the players exploring, what they're struggling with. And our job here is to really take all this feedback, right? Put it in a long list, and we say, hey, look, this is important. This is what the players want us to do. And then we'll start striking out these issues one by one. And so I think we are just on Reddit. We're just seeing what everybody is writing. And we're just super excited about what everybody's saying about the project right now.
Cool. What about you, Sam?
I think, like, Ernest, you have been on this project longer than me, so it's definitely something that everyone, especially those people that have been working on the game for quite some while, have been looking forward to. And I think one of the cool things about Skull and Bones being a live service game is that we have the opportunity to look at all of the live feedback, and we can have the opportunity to also address them. And like on a day-to-day basis, people are just going around. It's like, hey, have you seen this on Reddit? Have you seen this? Oh, like look at this bug, we need to fix it, that kind of stuff. So it's very lively in the studio, in on the dev team, within the dev team on the floor as well. So I think everybody's just still very excited about the game being out there for players, and you're just scouring through everything.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all super stoked. And the big thing that we like to do is that we really like to reshare your memes in our chat. That's the best part.
Yeah,
No,
for sure.
There's been a lot of activity all over Reddit, all over Discord, and it's been great, honestly, to see the response of the community. Some members of the community, like I said, have been playing the game for quite a while, either through the closed beta or even before that with the Insider program. But I think a lot of people discovered what Skull and Bones is for the first time with the open beta, with the launch of the game. Some people were surprised in a good way, some people were surprised in a less good way, but overall I think the response has been very, very, very good. So we're very happy with all this. So what I suggest we do now, because that's part of the show that we have planned for today, I think Ernest and Sam, you're already in the game playing right now, so we're gonna switch with we'll switch to that view basically to show what you're doing in the game. Ernest, can you tell us a little bit more about where you are right now, what you're doing?
So, I'm actually in Telok Penjara. I'm playing a little bit with the photo mode just with Sam. And I'm playing a little bit with the emotes. Yeah, here's a little dance for everyone. And yeah, we're actually in Telok Penjara. We're about to head off to do a contract. And the contract is called In for Skins, where we need to head a little bit north of here to collect some crocodile hides. And we're just making sure we provision properly before we head off. Yeah.
Cool. And what about you, Sam? I think you're in the same location. Can you tell us more about Telok Penjara? What's cool about it?
Yeah, I'm in Telok Penjara. Actually, Telok Penjara is modeled after where we are located in the lead studio in Ubisoft Singapore. So it's really based on the historical area about it, and as Singaporeans, it's like, you know, we have an opportunity to make it some place in the game like really special for all of us. So right now I'm also trying to go for the same contract, which is In for Skins, and we're actually playing on the live server. So if you happen to bump into us, you can actually see us. So not a special dev build or anything. It's the same that you guys are playing as well.
We're probably playing on the Asian servers though, so I don't know where everybody in the chat is from. I expect, given the time that it is now in Europe, it's probably most people from the US. So very unlikely to meet us unless you're based in Asia. Then there's a high chance that you might be able to meet us. So what I suggest now, whenever you're ready, you can start like sailing towards that location for the crocodile hide that we're looking for.
Yep.
So my recommendation would actually be to fast travel to one of the outposts that is further out east. I see Ernest, you're already going out to sail. Remember we showed you yesterday that location on the outpost.
Yep. All right.
And then in the meantime, because I see in the chat people are already asking for it and are eager to ask questions basically and get your answers. So I'll start asking you a couple of questions that I've read on Reddit or on Discord over the last couple of weeks. One thing about Telok Penjara, and I know a lot of people have been talking about it. I think for a lot of people going to Telok Penjara and discovering Southeast Asia, they hear this very loud, intense wildlife noise in the background, and they're a bit like shocked by what it is. Ernest, are you aware of that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Isn't that is that the uwu bird, or are we talking about the cicada?
The cicada. Yeah.
Oh, it's the cicada. Yeah, it's deafening. This is something that's very common in Southeast Asia, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah. So I read about it on Reddit the other day, and I was a bit surprised that people were like, what is that noise? Why is it this loud noise? So I tried to explain to the community what it is a little bit. But I think for people, like for me at least, because I live in Singapore, I've been living there for 6 years now. I'm quite used to the sounds. When I log in the game I play, I don't even really realize that it's there. It's part of the ambience, if I can say. But I think for people who are not used to it, it's a bit like, what is that noise?
You know, Alexi, if you didn't mention it, I would have not noticed it myself. I'm so used to it, you know.
So I think that's one of the cool things about so many people discovering the game for the first time is that we hear things that maybe we are so used to playing the game internally that we don't even realize or we don't notice anymore. So that's quite interesting. So moving on to some of the community questions. First question, and it's kind of a question we already answered with the trailer just now, but it's also a test for you too. Who can give me the release date of Season 1?
Ooh.
It's 27th. It's
Yes.
next Tuesday. I heard Alexi earlier.
Correct. Okay, then second question, and this one is a bit more of a tricky one. People are wondering if we have any plans in the near or long future to implement large ships or other ships to the game. Large ships in particular, but more ships in general.
I'll take this one. Skull and Bones. You know, it's a pirate fantasy, and we are all really excited to see, where this game will take us. So we hear you. You know, you see AI ships. They are large ships as well, and in due time. We're not so sure when, we're not so sure how, but we want to make sure that we really live up to this pirate fantasy. It's a live service game. We've got some time. We can take our time to get to it, and really make sure that players have the opportunity to play those large ships as well.
I think one of the considerations when adding large ships, obviously, you see your ships are categorized as extra small, small, and medium. So, I mean, take a guess, but some of the other considerations that we have to take into account as well is when you sail into the rivers, just how to make sure that the navigation within those smaller areas is good as well. So it's in the works. It might be coming at some point in time, but we're just trying to iron out everything else.
So when you say in the works, like if I want to push you a little bit, get a bit more information, can you say whether we have some of them that are already modeled and that are already functional, or is it more like we're still at a drawing board where we kind of know which ships we want to implement, but we still have to kind of design them and make them work in the game, or which stage are we at basically?
I think there are already ships that are modeled, but how we are going to make it a good experience for players is something that we are still looking into.
Cool. So it's definitely something we want to do in the future. I think what I can add to this is that the top priority and the top priority that for us that has been there for quite a while now, but more especially since launch, is really on addressing the most urgent feedback, I want to say. So obviously fixing bugs, fixing all the issues that people have been able to find out since the launch that we couldn't really see before launch because we've never had so many people play at the same time. But it's definitely something that we've been thinking about and that we want to do in the future, adding more ships, of course, and potentially bigger ships and larger ships. Can you, kind of unrelated, so two questions that are unrelated. One that I just saw in the chat just now. Somebody's asking if we have plans to increase the ship level limit at some point.
Oh, this is a good question. Keep your eyes open. Things are happening pretty quickly. Can't really say that much about what we are planning to do just yet. But keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes peeled on our social media and on our patch notes. We have some fun things coming along the way.
Cool. So season 1, huh?
Ooh, boy.
When is season 1 again?
Well,
Keep asking. I think Sam is the one who's keeping track of the dates.
season 1 is next week. We have something with regards to ship rank that I think people will be excited.
Cool. Alright, still kind of related question. I saw it on the chat just now. Or I think somebody mentioned it. Do we have any plans in I know it's a recurring feedback that we've been receiving from the insiders for a while. And it's coming up now from the community who's discovering the game for the first time with the launch. Do we have any plans to implement a system in the future where every ship in the game, no matter which tier you unlock it, where during your progression you unlock it, basically, you have plans to make every ship relevant for end game players, basically?
Oh, okay.
I'm going straight with a difficult question.
Again, we have something exciting coming up soon. I think one of the things that we are trying to do first is to make the small ships relevant to the player as well. We hear that a lot of players are getting playing. Yeah. Oh, I just died. Well, a lot of players are playing their medium ships now. They've progressed quite a little bit since launch, and what we want to do is we want to bring the small ships back, make them feel relevant. So, again, more details soon. Perhaps slightly down the line. Yeah.
So for everybody who's watching us right now, I just want to, like, full disclosure, the way we planned this live stream was to pick up like activities that were relatively chill and easy, so I could ask difficult questions to Ernest and Sam, and hopefully they'll be able to play and answer my questions at the same time. Obviously, because I started with very difficult question, it has not gone the way we expected.
I'm still trying to find the like,
I cannot
the
fight an
elite
elite crocodile while answering this difficult questions.
So I'm gonna start with the difficult questions for a bit, and maybe you can tell us a little bit more about what we think. If I look at the map right now, you're going in the wrong river, by the way.
Oh yeah,
supposed to go the river up north. But maybe you can tell us a little bit more about what you're actually doing right now, and why did we want to show this place, this part of the game? Sorry.
Ooh, for closed beta and open beta, we spend most of our time in Africa, and so actually this is one of the most interesting setups that we have. It's actually the Sunni capital. We just want to show a little bit more of the East Asian architecture and the world. Also maybe a little bit about the wildlife that we have here. Things are very different in the East Asia region of the Indian Ocean. And have I mentioned durian? I don't know if you guys know, durian is a delicacy here. If you can see over there, I hope it spawned. So I'm going to spawn it. Alright, that is durian.
This one?
Yeah. Good grief, I love durian. Some people hate it. Sam, please tell us more about why you hate durian.
Yeah, I mean, most people don't like durian for the smell. It has a really strong smell. It's considered a delicacy in Singapore called king of the fruits, but personally I don't really enjoy it. I think the texture is a bit mushy and it's a bit strange for a fruit, Prefer like apples or grapes.
Yeah, but if you do come to Southeast Asia, please try it. But yeah, that's the reason why we're here. And we're also here to, do the quest, do the contract, get some thick crocodile hides.
So, full disclosure, I've been in Singapore almost 6 years now, and I still haven't tried durian.
Good grief. Alexi, we should stop the stream now, Go out for food.
Okay, we take a break. Or maybe next time on the stream, we actually bring durian and eat it on the stream. How about that?
And then the smell will never go away.
Yeah.
So we make sure Sam is in the room with us.
Oh, man.
For now, we can enjoy it digitally through our through Skull and Bones.
I'll bring some very sticky French cheese, and you bring durian, and then we can handle what better.
Oh, I found the elite.
Yeah, I know. I just died to it. Yeah, Kraken.
So actually, one of my personal wish, and it's not like obviously a top priority thing that I wish we had add to the game, but I personally think there's really cool things that we could potentially do and see with the DOE in the future. I know insiders have been asking challenges in the game where potentially that the special contracts or special challenge would be to kind of defeat the sea monster using the door only and things like that. What I like about this quest is it's basically showing that we could technically consider activities like in the future, because it's a more advanced wildlife hunting contract, right? At the beginning of the game, you hunt crocs, you hunt sharks. These are relatively easy wildlife to hunt, right? This specific crocodile, and I don't know if you have found the right one yet.
No.
Yeah, is this the one?
That was the one?
Yeah.
You got a thick hide?
No, I did not get
I only got
height.
the apex.
I didn't do enough damage to contribute to it.
So Sam, you got the hide, but Ernest didn't get it.
No, I only got the apex hide. I didn't get the thick hide.
I don't think you killed the right one.
Oh.
No,
The right one is supposed to have a lot of HPs, and I think he even summons other crocodiles to help him in the fight.
Oh, I did not see that, yeah.
Hopefully he's around.
I see, so we'll just stay around here and try and hunt the right crocodile.
Yes.
But if all else fails, I think we'll go to this area here. Near Telok Penjara, I think there's another area.
Okay, while we wait for either the crocodile to spawn or for you to find it, I have another difficult question for you.
Ask
Tricky
away.
question. It's not a difficult question, it's an exciting question, but the answer might be tricky. So a recurring question from the community, and I assume it's partially our fault because of the way we designed the map in the game, and people are wondering, do we have plans in the future to make the map any bigger?
Ooh. Well, that's a fantastic question. All of us wants the Indian Ocean to be bigger.
I mean, technically, the game right now is based in the Indian Ocean, but it's not the full Indian Ocean, right?
You're right. You're right. Yeah, we hear you. We're looking at ways to make the Indian Ocean bigger. We're looking for new ways to discover. There's so much in the Indian Ocean, right? There's there's the India region. There is, it is called the Indian Ocean, and then there's the Arabia region. We don't know. We don't know yet. We want to explore it with you guys over the course of this live service game. We want to make sure there's tons and tons of things to explore, and tons and tons of cultures and things to unpack as well.
Well,
I mean, there's a lot of speculation going on, right? But at the beginning of the game, you fight against the British Navy, well, the equivalent of the British Navy in our game.
And you never see them again,
and
right?
Then you don't see British ships anymore. And then there's this part of the map which, in the real world, will kind of correspond to where India is, I think.
Yeah.
So, the speculation, I think, is there. I think it's easy for players to connect the dots. The only information they don't have is whether we actually going to do that or not. Which hopefully, obviously, we can't answer right now. But yeah, we're definitely hoping to add more content to the game in the future in many forms.
yeah, there's this like huge area up north. I wonder what it could be.
So are we close to finding that crocodile?
No, I think so. I think you see, we have this like markers here, which kind of show where you can get your items from for the quest. So I'm going to try like the lower river over there, because I think that's where we'll find the crocodile.
Strange.
Yeah, I think it's here. I think it's the one that's further down. Yeah, I'm going the wrong way.
I've done that contract like, I swear, 2 days ago or 3 days ago. There.
I mean, I'm not even here with my real progression.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but Samuel, you're playing on your personal account.
Yeah, I think I'm halfway through Rama's arc. I completed Skurlock and did some helmet onboarding. I'm almost kingpin. So I think I easily spent about 12 to 15 hours on the live game so far. And yeah, it's been interesting. We've been seeing the same issues or like the same feedback. I think as a player, you can already feel the same things as our community for certain issues in the game. So yeah.
So from the top of your head, what are the top 3 issues that players have faced since the launch of the game?
Top 3 issues.
The reason I'm asking is because Samuel is the one going through all the feedback.
Ooh, it's a test.
So the top priority issues are being brought to the right person for them to fix it. And they've been doing a really good job actually on reacting very fast and fixing issues very fast over the weekend. Even sometimes faster than I can follow up and communicate with the rest of the players. So Sam, what are the top 3 issues?
I think one of the top issues is death mark. Like I think it's been quite a big topic recently for the dev team, and we're like, okay, can we actually get this on a shirt? But the death mark issue, we've temporarily disabled the feature to make sure that it's working properly, and the fix is already in, I believe. The other big issue would be the Akasha spawn rate at the top of St. Anne. So I think we buffed the spawn rate a little bit, so that should help new players in getting the wood that they want. I think we are also looking at some other alternatives, but we'll keep you guys posted on that specifically.
And Sam, you're also the person who's working on creating T-shirts with the death mark expired logo on it, right?
You make sure there's one on my desk. All right, Sam.
Yeah,
Make sure
I'll
there's
get
one
it
on my
within the
desk.
week. The front with like the death death mark, you have crossed the helm, and then at the back you have death mark rescinded. I think it's quite a prevalent issue, and managed to kind of at least stop that from happening on everybody's servers.
Okay, I feel like this crocodile just refuses to spawn. It's how it works usually, right? If you're not streaming, if you're not showing the game to anybody, then everything is perfect
yeah,
and you
that's
can
true.
plan it. And the moment you go live, for some reason, the crocodile just doesn't spawn, right? So what I would suggest is that you can probably sell back to Penjaga and change ships to show like maybe a bit more of an impressive ship, and maybe we can show some of the more end-game content if we can find an activity to join in the hostile takeover or whichever pops basically you want to pick.
Yeah,
Sure.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Sorry
There
about
is.
the failed wildlife hunting. I guess that's how wildlife hunting works, right? Sometimes
It's
you go out there and
elusive.
you find the animal, sometimes you don't.
Yeah. Right, so we're heading back to the haven again. Hey, let me
I'm just going to go to the nearest outpost and then.
Yeah.
While we do that, another big topic that's been asked by the committee, and hopefully you can answer that, Ernest.
Yep.
The committee's been really asking about more PvP features, I want to say, in the form of like improvements or feedback that they have on the current PvP features, like the Pro Cargo or the endgame PvP activities.
Yep.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what are we doing with the current PvP we have in the game? What are the things that we are maybe thinking about or working on for future PvP content?
Okay, so we hear the community's feedback. There's a lot of requests for PvP mode, even a dedicated PvP mode. What we're paying very close attention to right now, what we're actually working on right now is perhaps a way for players to be able to say, hey look, I'm interested in PvP, you're interested in PvP, let's just go into an open area inside the Indian Ocean and smosh it out. And we're looking at ways we can provide that in the near future. But additionally, we are also preparing ourselves, gearing ourselves up towards perhaps even a larger PvP event. And the beauty about being on a live game is that we have the opportunity of trying and examining different ways in which players engage with one another through PvP. Another big topic actually is that we are monitoring the PvP balance. That's huge. It takes time to get PvP balance right. It takes time to, understand what players are looking out for, what players think are overtuned. We're keeping track of what people are saying online. Keep an eye out, again, our social media. We do have a couple of fun things planned slightly ahead from where we are now.
Yeah, we hear you guys on open world PvP, and there's some feedback about maybe a server based PvP or PvE servers, but we have something in the works, and I think it will come to you sooner than you think. So I think I'm really excited for that as well.
When it's ready.
When
Yeah.
it's ready, yeah.
I'm quite excited about it as well. So just to give a bit of context, the way we normally work, and we work closely with Sam, with Ernest, but also the rest of the designers and the production team, is obviously there's a lot of feedback coming in every day from people discovering the game, from people reaching end game and experiencing the in-game loop, experiencing the PvP. What we try to do normally is try to look at the big picture, right? What are the changes that we want to do on the long run? That's going to take a while because maybe it's a new feature that we need to design completely, or maybe a complete redesign of a current feature. But there's also a lot of work that's going into like quick fixes that we can probably potentially implement very fast. So Sam, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think for PvP it's a good topic because there's a lot of things that we're planning to implement in the game with Season 2 and Season 3, Season 4. But there's also quick fixes that we hope to implement relatively soon, I want to say.
Yeah, so definitely we'll have new PvP modes, new game modes for PvP and co-op and solo as well. But I think one of the things is that we are looking into ways where we can really respond very quickly to player feedback. I think things like these where we can make certain slight tweaks or feature improvements to really give the community what they want. And we have a bunch of them along the way, and we're trying to look into a way where we can get it to you guys as quickly as possible.
Cool. So what are we doing now? I see you both playing with your cargo. Actually, that's a very good topic. Cargo management. How do we feel about cargo management?
Sam, how do you feel about cargo management?
No, okay. So to give it a context, that's also been a kind of a recurring feedback from the community on kind of a quality of life improvements. And I'm gonna put you a bit on the spot, Sam. I'm sorry, because I think this is feedback might not have
Fair enough.
brought up yet. It's not a top priority, but it's still a nice quality of feedback, quality of life, feedback that we'd like to bring. I think a recurring feedback from the community is it can be a bit tedious sometimes to not have access to your warehouse, for example, when you want to sell stuff to vendors directly. But there's been a bit of feedback on friction points on cargo management in general. So I don't know how you feel about this. I don't know if there's anything in the works that you can share already, or if that's something maybe we can address the next time.
I think we are aware about it. We are looking into ways where we can address. One of the things that we have upcoming in season 1, which I can share, is that we've tried to make weapon customization a bit more accessible to everyone. So like, say on this manage ship menu here, you will have your weapons sorted according to the different types of weapons, as well as the gear score as well. So that should help with trying to min-max your builds and finding the right kind of playstyle and equipment that you want. Like, say if you want to search for Seafire or Ballista, it will be really easy to find. And then you also have them sorted by the gear score as well. So you'll be able to, get your ship rank as high as possible. I'm trying to get like 10 on the ship rank now, but I think I still need a couple more in-game equipment for that.
Cool. Another feedback that I've heard quite a lot on Reddit in particular is I think at some point players probably more like when they reach end game and they start farming a lot of content, they start accumulating a lot of chests in their inventory, and having to open them one by one can be a bit repetitive, I want to say. So again, one piece of feedback that maybe we can look into in the future is an option for the player basically to be able to open all the chests at one time when they have 5, 6, or 10 of them.
Yeah, I faced that issue personally as well. When you are hunting a lot of the rogues and you just amass a huge amount of silver chests. And by the way, it's a bit hard to answer questions and do stuff at the same time. I just went out of just went in and out of the screens.
Especially when I put you on the spot with questions that you did not expect and you don't know how to answer them, right?
Yeah, but things like these quality of life improvements, as mentioned earlier, we will just look at them, and we won't get to all of them immediately, but we'll just prioritize them based on what players feel the most strongly about. So share with us what you feel is the most important to you through social media channels, and as well as Discord and Reddit as well. And these will really help the community team to kind of analyze those, and then when it comes to us, we know what would be the best improvements for us to focus on.
Cool. Alright, so there's a few questions coming from the chat, and because I saw somebody asking if this is live or if it's being recorded, I just want to confirm that this is live. First question, and again, trick question for both of you, whoever can answer the fastest, because I guess some viewers just joined in and maybe have missed the beginning of the stream. When is season 1 coming? Too slow. Too slow.
I don't know, Ernest. When is season 1 coming?
We just went over this. When is season 1 coming?
27.
27.
Wow. I'm asking difficult questions, I know, I'm sorry.
Well, I think, like sometimes these dates are a bit hard for us to remember, because on a day-to-day basis, we are already looking at things like season 2, season 3.
Yeah.
So we're really, in terms of development, we are
You're already
couple
thinking
of
about
months
the next
ahead.
step.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have full trust
Yes.
in the production team to deliver 27.
So on my end, 27 is quite a big deal because that's when I need to make sure that all the posts are going out and that we are monitoring what the communities, how the community is responding to it. So 27 is a pretty big deal for me, but I understand for you, season 1 was locked a couple of weeks ago, if not a month ago. So you're already thinking about season 2, season 3, season 4, etc.
Yep.
Cool. There was a couple of other questions. The chat is going very fast. It's very hard to keep track of everything. I'm trying to find. Maybe in the meantime, you can. Have you guys started an activity already? Are you looking to start an activity?
So I'm
Maybe I'll
trying-
give you a bit of a breather so you can think about what you want to do. And
I'm trying to go for the cutthroat cargo,
Okay.
and I see somebody else joining it as well in St. Anne. I hope the guy doesn't come after me. So, yeah, I'm trying to go for that. Unless you wanna try, and
You wanna help me with this
Which one?
elite boss fight over here
Where?
at East Indies?
East Indies.
We might not have enough
You're back
time
at
though.
East Indies. Oh yeah, it ends in 2 minutes.
Yeah, it ends in 2
Of
minutes.
Welling.
so you have 2 minutes to take it down then.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty tight. Or I can join you for.
Join me for the cutthroat cargo.
Alright, right, fine. I'll come over, I'll come over. You can get started on it first.
Yeah, or maybe by the time you're here,
I mean,
done
I'm running
delivering
a,
it.
I'm running a half AOE build with the Padawakang and a half healer build. So I'll be
I
there
mean,
in a while.
you're ship rank 11, so I'm just 9. I'm trying to not
Alright,
fight if possible.
alright. I'm getting there.
So, Sam, I believe you're playing with the Brigantine, unless you're playing with the
Padawakang.
Padawakang.
Spell it correctly. Say it correctly. It's
It's
Padawakang.
very hard to say. Right? It's always like Padawakang, Padikawang, Padikawang. It's complicated.
Alexi, do you know that the brig is the most sensitive to the headwind?
Is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So the brig, when it's in irons a lot more often, more frequently than like say something like the snow, which is more stamina efficient.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's something that I think some of the players have already started taking note of. So pay attention to those things closely, especially when ship navigation becomes more of a feature as we move forward.
I think like just scanning the chats. Like actually yesterday, once the announcement went out about this stream, there's been
there's a good question from the chat. The question is, what brig?
what brig?
Oh, sorry, I meant the brigantine.
The brigantine.
I meant the brigantine. Whoops.
Oops.
We're talking about the Brigantine. Sorry if we got anybody a little too excited.
Yeah, I think one of the comments is like, why is the ship always in headwinds? So like there's a certain wind map that players don't see, and that controls the direction of the wind actually in the world itself. For me, I do some real life sailing, so like I think that's the same question that like I get like a lot of time as well. It's like, why is the wind changing and just coming in my face? I guess the game really mimics real life in that sense.
Oh, actually, that's a good point. We used to do very strong headwinds. We try to be a lot more realistic, but then we realized that hey, in our playtest, players don't quite enjoy full realism, especially for certain things like headwind is very frustrating. Actually, in our game, we are a lot more forgiving with headwind than it is in real life. But yes, if you're really struggling with headwind, please make sure you bring a lot of bananas. Please make sure you know how to slice the wind, which is to go at an angle instead of tackling it on. You can pay attention to the bottom right wind widget to understand when you're in irons as well.
It's a good
Wait.
point you mentioned bananas, because I noticed Sam is always out of stamina, so I don't know if he has food. I see.
I have food. I just need to
doesn't
spam it a bit more.
feed his crew for some reason.
It's called Nudzi in our game.
I think he has a beef with Asna.
Like I have a grilled chicken.
Right.
Okay, what other question we can ask? Obviously, yeah, one big question. As more and more of our players are reaching the ranks of kingpin, a lot of them are starting to experience the endgame loop, and a lot of them are, capturing manufactories, collecting pieces of 8. A lot of them are asking, what are the next updates that we're going to bring to the end game? Are we going to do anything about maybe automatizing the pieces of 8 collection to make it a little bit less tedious for players to have to collect the piece of 8 and just travel for long distance every day? Can one of you tell us anything we have planned for future updates on the end game?
Fantastic question. So in a lot of our internal testing as well, we understand that collecting your manufactories feels like it's a bit of a chore, isn't it? You play Skull and Bones to do chores. So what we're gonna do, we hear you. There are a couple of features that we are working on. We can't share too much about them right now, but you can look forward to them making an appearance. Perhaps not so soon, but you can look forward to them making an appearance.
So I know we already kind of communicated on fleet management. We basically just said fleet management is coming with season 2. Is there anything you can tell us about fleet management without revealing too much?
Conveniences are coming. Is that big enough for everyone to work with?
I guess so.
I think as the name implies, fleet management, you need a fleet, right? And you need to manage them. So what do you do when you have a fleet of ships? What can you do with them? I guess the way in which players can potentially prepare for that is make sure their ships they have ships. So yeah, like Erna said, we have certain number of conveniences, QOL, as well as a brand new feature.
Cool. Are you anywhere close to an event now?
I'm almost at the outpost and I'm uncontested, so I'm quite happy about that.
I'm just hanging behind waiting for Sam to drop it so that I can take it off his dead body.
There is 1 or 2 other players who joined the cutthroat.
Yeah, there's somebody else. Yeah.
You know how far they are?
How far they are?
think
I
they
see
were a
them.
little
I see
bit
them
cautious.
just docked in St. Anne, so
Yeah, they're not gonna make it.
yeah, I don't think he's gonna make it.
Okay, a couple of questions. I see the chat is asking one question in particular quite a lot. I don't know if we have an answer for that one. Again, I'll put you a bit on the spot. One big issue that we've identified at, I think it was from Open Beta, is there was a big error coming with voice and chat features that basically, as a quick reaction, like I said before, sometimes we can do quick reactions to prevent an issue from being too widespread and too frustrating for players, is we deactivated the voice and the text chat because of that bug. Sam, I don't know if you know, are we getting any closer to fixing that bug? Are we going to be able to reactivate the text and voice chat features anytime soon?
So we disabled the text and voice chat. We plan to actually have it like live, but there were some issues. So some technical issues actually. It was more technical than anything else. That's why we disabled it so that it doesn't like spam players all the time. And we are making good progress on that, and hope to have something shared with you guys soon, and we can re-enable it as soon as possible. You know, like for like a game with co-op features and all that, it's definitely something that we want to have in the game as soon as possible. So, yeah.
Cool. All right. So we're working on it, and hopefully it's gonna be fixed soon.
Yep.
In general, I think we can say something similar about I want to say the two major issues that have been talked about by the community since the launch. Death mark issue is it's obviously it's not the same bug; it's a different issue. But the kind of workaround we found about that issue is similar in the sense that we saw the issue at the beginning. We tried to fix it as soon as possible, and we couldn't basically fix it as quickly as we could. So, in order to prevent with more people basically reaching end game and the death mark pop up being more and more present for everybody, we decided basically to deactivate the feature for now so that the pop-ups disappear, are not appearing basically anymore. But we are hoping to fix the issue permanently soon so that we can bring back the feature, and hopefully it won't be it won't be a source of frustration for anybody.
I think
Um,
I
yeah,
think
go
for most player feedback, we always look at it from we look at it from two different angles. Like, what can we do in the short term to help players with the frustrations and the issues that they're facing now, and we also look at how we can sort of have a long-term improvement so that holistically it's much better. So in the case of, like, say, voice and text chat, or like the dev mark, the short term is that, you know, we can at least reduce the frustration there by disabling it, and then in parallel we also work on a fix or improvement there, so that it makes it more stable for everybody else, and then we can re-enable those features.
Cool. Thank you for the explanation. I think I hope it answers some of the questions from the community. That yes, we did not fix those issues completely, but we're still working very hard on them. I think maybe Sam, you can share a bit more as well on the fact that a lot of people are asking us what's coming with season 1. When are you gonna implement this feature? When are you gonna fix this feature? I wanna basically explain that with the launch of a game like this, and with so many people entering the game for the first time, it's almost guaranteed or inevitable that the first couple of weeks, the first month maybe, the team has to focus 100% on fixing the bugs. It doesn't mean that we are not also working on the other features that we want to add to the game, of course, but a lot of the focus right now is on bug fixing, correct?
Yes, I think there is a kind of balance to be struck between looking at the critical bugs as well as ensuring that we have new content every new systems and content every few months. So there is prioritization going on, and while we cannot fix every bug, because, you know, maybe the bug is really minor, and like we would like to prioritize a feature over that, or vice versa, whereby, you know, a bug is really critical and we need to look at how we can ensure that we can both deliver new features as well as fix those issues. So there's quite a lot of work going on to look at some of the feedback items, and in ideal case, we want to get you know, all of the requests that we have from the community done.
All right. So yeah, thank you for the answer. I hope it helps people understand as well that, you know, we'd love to add a lot of new features and implement all the things that the community is asking. But the key priority is obviously making sure the game is enjoyable for as many people as possible. So fixing bugs is obviously of top priority after launch. But with that being said, we can look forward to season 1 with new content coming up. Hopefully not too many bugs with season 1, so we can also then move on to, you know, bringing season 2 and more improvements to the community. So I started drinking from my special cup because it's time for us to ask an interesting question. I don't think any of you will have an answer for that one, but feel free to surprise me. Do we have any plans to add Hippo Nugget to the game?
Hippo nuggets to the game.
Yes. For some reason, and they're not a lot, but there's a group of people, very active, very passionate people, who do not want to let us go until we implement Hippo Nuggets. So what are we doing about this?
Tell you what, I'm gonna have a conversation with the designer who makes food, and we'll see what we can do. There's no promises made here. I
only have one request, is that somehow if we do implement Hippo Nuggets, it needs to have a special effect based on the type of player. So we should be able to, like, basically estimate what kind of player they are. If they're super hardcore, then the Hippo Nuggets will have a debuff on.
Oh man! Oh no, you can just check your account.
I'm just saying,
your
I
ID.
feel like the people who are requesting this feature tend to be quite hardcore. And they've been harassing me on the topic of Hippo Nuggets. So if we could make it a little bit like, it's a nice reward for your commitment, but it's also kind of a punishment for harassing me on the Hippo Nuggets topic for, I don't know, years now.
Yes. Okay.
Years.
They even bought me a cup.
A
Wow.
Yes. Anyways, I another funny question I want to say, and I know that Sam, you have issues with as well. So, is there anything we can do about Asna? Can we throw her overboard? Can we, I don't know, can we do something about Asna? I
Well-
personally like her, but some people get really annoyed by her. I don't know why.
Well, of course, it's always interesting to have men overboard, or in this case, women overboard. And like, I think in one of the videos, Ian teased that, well, players can at some point in time decide whether Asna is a friend or foe. So, can you throw her aboard? I don't know.
Not at the moment, maybe in the future, I guess.
Maybe?
Well, maybe in the future, yeah. Yeah, maybe in the future. I think the comments about Asna are very unwarranted. She's just trying to be helpful.
I agree, man. And
You
she
know?
basically saved our life at the beginning, right?
Yes, exactly. If anything, we owe her, and we should be walking the plank
So
ourselves.
there's, I don't know, there's again a group of highly active and highly passionate people who feel very suspicious about her for some reason.
Asna throwers.
All right, there's one more thing coming from the chat. I see it coming quite a lot, and I do want to clarify because I believe in, I don't know if it's still the case, but there was a pop-up appearing in the game for a while that basically said that your progression will be reset, your manufacturer's updates, I think, will be reset at the end of the season. So people are asking, are they really going to lose their progress when season 1 starts? Or what's happening, basically?
Correct.
Do you know the answer to that question?
So we are not resetting your season progression or your manufactories, your endgame progression at season 1, which is 27th Feb. We're not doing any of those for season 1. We are evaluating people's feedback, and we're trying to see where this goes going forward. The current plan is to actually make sure that the leaderboards are fair at the beginning of every season, and that there's a race at the beginning of every season when it comes to endgame progression. So we are evaluating your feedback. Please do share a little bit more in chat, or actually in our official Reddit channel, and let us know what you think about resetting seasonal progression, especially for endgame.
Okay, am I correct in saying that at the moment there is no plan to reset it with the beginning of season 1?
No, there is no plan to reset it at the beginning of season 1.
Just to reassure some people, because I think some people are investing a lot of time, and now that it's official, season 1 is coming next week, they are a bit worried that they've spent all this time and effort into upgrading their manufacturers and they're all going to lose. So the plan, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, is to only reset at the end of each season. And
That
one
is.
season is how many weeks again? 6 weeks? 5 weeks? 3 weeks?
3 months?
3 months? Yeah, something like 3 months, like plus and minus a few days.
Keep an eye out on our social media to find out.
Yeah, we can confirm exactly how long the season will last. But essentially, we should give you enough time to, you know, upgrade everything, unlock everything before you have a reset. And then with each new season, you start essentially from scratch again, but then you have new items to unlock with each season. So, and obviously the leaderboards will be reset at each season as well. So again, it gives you another chance to climb the leaderboards and show off basically that you're the most fearsome pirate kingpin in the Indian Ocean.
We are keeping a very close eye on the leaderboards, and we're making sure that, you know, we're fixing a lot of bugs to do with a lot of issues that we have along the way. So if there are certain things or certain upgrades that people are using, we're trying to balance them first before we try to do any resetting as well.
Cool. Another topic that is coming back a lot now. People really want us to answer that. I don't know if we can. I don't know if we have any plans, but I'm going to ask anyways. Do we have any plans? Do we have any design intention to implement plans or guild to the game in the future?
Well, so like I think what players can already see is that like in Dens, there's this like area that is a bit empty at the moment. But more about clans is like how I think the considerations are like, okay, if we do introduce clans, we also want to look at how they can contribute towards the gameplay of the game. Players need to be motivated with you know, participating in clan activities, in like social activities in general, right? So it's a consideration, at this point in time, and we are still looking into how that really fits into the game and the subsequent seasons, and what players can continue to engage within the game itself.
I think community is a very big part of our game. As we look at a long-term plan, we really do want to make sure that clans or co-op progression becomes a very core and central part of the pirate identity or the plans that we have for Skull and Bones. So you can look forward to that. We can't reveal too much at this point, but look forward to it.
Hey Sam, so I have a kind of on-the-spot question for you. I see
Sure.
that you're using rockets a lot.
Yeah.
And one feedback I've seen on rockets is that some people find it a little bit hard to aim. Basically the, I don't know how you call it, the reticle is one line, one dotted line, right? Is that feedback that you've heard before? Is that something you're aware of? Is that something that we can work on in the future?
Yep. I personally feel that way as well. to be really honest. But I think where rockets are positioned at the moment is that it's more of a like short range nuke compared to mortars, which are like a long range nuke, one shot. So while it is an issue, like I think how players would more or less use rockets, and I could be wrong as well, is that we'll just go up to the ship like this and then we just shoot and adjust accordingly. But definitely something that we are looking into, not just the rockets, but reticles in general as well. That's on our list. And I'm almost dead. Oh no.
I was gonna suggest we wait until you finish this combat before ending the stream, because we're running a bit over time, which is okay. But I don't know if the combat's gonna end the way I would hope it would. So I don't know. Maybe Ernest, you can share a bit more details, because we talked. I mean, Sam just mentioned right now that we are looking at weapons constantly. We're trying to make sure that each weapon has a very specific use, specific role. Is there anything you can tell us about like play styles in general and what we're doing on play style? What is the design intention behind play styles?
Okay, so
Big topic, I know.
oh yeah, it's a huge topic. One of the things that we are trying and we are committed to is actually releasing more ships, more weapons, more armor, and more furniture every single season. And the reason why we're doing this is that we want to make sure that players have fun with their ships. Players can explore and make different builds with their ships. So one of the things about weapons and making new weapons is, of course, looking at how these weapons are used. How are players accurate with them? Is there a greater skill level we can unlock through our players? So as we going forward, we are gonna reticle is one of those things that we are often looking at, because it's a tool that the player uses very often in order to engage in combat, to aim and shoot at a target. So yeah, we'll definitely look at this topic. We'll definitely examine and see just exactly how our players using their weapons and whether we can keep things interesting as well.
I think one thing with the seasons is that we are trying to add more depth and complexity to the weapons, armor, and furniture as well. So keep a lookout for like some of the new mechanics, I would say, that comes together even with like La Peste coming in season 1. So yeah, you might need to adjust your build here and there in order to take down the seasonal bosses as well. And I'm trying not to die again. It's so close. I actually really want to complete this because I need the precision drilling bit. Oh. I think I can respawn again, hopefully. Yeah.
So I realized, because I was watching Sam play for a bit, but I realized you're not even doing the same activity. Ernest, are you doing a hostile takeover? Is that what's happening?
Yes, I am doing a hostile takeover.
Is there a reason the two of you decided to do completely separate activities instead of trying to help each other out?
I think that's basically the dynamic way in which our game works.
Like, you work together very well, but you don't play together well, basically.
Yeah.
I think it's, yeah, but you see, I think in this activity I do have somebody else on the server that's helping out. with
So you'd
the
rather
activity.
play with a stranger than play with Ernest?
Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
I mean,
I'm never gonna recover from this.
I work with Ernest quite a bit to look at feedback as well. So it's a nice break to interact with strangers for a few moments.
Yeah, well, you have the chance. Well, you have the chance.
So close, so close, so close. I really don't want to die again. I'm trying to brace, but I'm also like getting out of stamina. Oh man.
Don't think you can take on that one.
No,
on your
I
own.
think the elite warship was killed, but you just need to get the loot.
I have a suggestion.
Yep. Hit it.
It won't be easy. No, never mind. I was wondering if there's any way we can put the two of you in a cutthroat cargo or hostile takeover and have you face each other, basically.
Oh, who do you think would win?
I'm not sure, because on one hand, I know your specialty would, in theory, qualify you as a ship expert and like a tactician. But at the same time, I also know that Sam is close to Kingpin and you're nowhere near Kingpin, so you haven't been playing a lot since the release.
Yeah, not with my real account. Not with my real account. Yes.
So I feel like Sam might have a slight advantage. He's also playing on his account, so he probably knows his loadout a bit better than you.
Oh, you underestimate my my power.
Yeah, there's only one way to prove me wrong.
I am.
Well,
After all, one of the designers on the ship's team.
yes. So I don't think I'll do very well against Ernest. Honestly, like evidently I just died 4 times in a row to an elite warship AI. So which
I am in a low level
which,
zone. So
by the way, like Ernest is an AI designer, so
Yes.
that's true.
it kind of destroyed me on that aspect. But I got what I needed. I think I needed the precision drilling bit for like two of the blueprints that I'm currently trying to get.
Oh,
so.
one more question that we forgot to answer. I don't think I've seen it pop on the chat so much, but I've seen it, I think, on Reddit or on Discord. Do we have any intention or any desire to implement some kind of personal pirate hideout in the future? Like a place that players can call their home and customize and upgrade. Tough one, I know.
Tough one. Tough one.
Tough one. Yep. Do you guys want to, have a hideout, customize it, bring your friend in?
I think
I got 2 replies on the chat. The first one says pirates don't have homes. The second one says yes, please, pirate hideout.
I think it's been discussed before on the team, and we're just thinking about the different what can we do if we do have a hideout. What can we potentially do with it? What are the things that are fun and appealing to players apart from inviting friends over? It is quite a big undertaking on that particular aspect, but we are definitely open to ideas. So if you guys have any ideas specifically about what you want to see in a pirate hideout, feel free to leave it in social media and comment, and Alexis here will help collate all of that, and we'll look at it a bit closer. Yeah.
Alright, cool. We are running out of time. To be honest, we're a bit behind already on schedule. Any last word, any last topic that you would like to address or mention? Anything you want to say to the community?
Keep your feedback coming. We love whatever you guys are saying on Reddit, whether it's the memes you guys share, whether it's constructive feedback that you guys share, whether it's the features or the requests you guys have. We're always on Reddit. We're keeping an eye out on what the players are looking out for in their epic pirate fantasy. That's it. We also have a priority list of the issues that we're trying to get to. And your feedback will help us to decide, how we organize this priority list of features that we are working on.
Yeah, I think just to comment on that, I think the team itself is very excited to see that the community itself is giving a lot of things that listing a lot of things that they want to see in the game. Like, can we have this? Can we have that? I briefly scrolled through Reddit and the Discord channel as well, just to see. It's a nice thing to have the community to request a lot of these things, and we want to like try and achieve all of that as much as possible, but we need to pick and choose which we deal with first. So keep your feedback coming, and then that will actually affect how we plan for things in the future. I think one other thing as well is I've seen a question on what's the best place to report bugs and get us to actually fix them. The best place would be the bug reporter on the Skull and Bones website itself. You can actually go there, create a bug if you don't see it, and that goes to our teams where we can verify and look into a fix for that, as well as you are able to vote on the issues itself. So the top voted issues are the ones that we really give a lot of focus to, because they are affecting a lot of players. So that's the best place to give your report your bugs, and social media is the best place to give your feedback to us. We are always listening, we are always looking. There are a lot of developers reading Reddit, a lot of developers in the Discord channels incognito, and I've seen a couple of comments like, the devs will never read this, but we are looking at it, and we are always looking.
We do. And we love your dank memes. We steal them all the time.
Yeah, share with us more memes. Actually, it's like amazing, you know.
Yeah, and keep an eye out for season 1. It's dropping in on the 27th of February, where you get to fight Philip Lopez.
Nice. Thank you very much, Sam. Thanks, Ernest. I have one more question, because I know it's again a question that's coming up a lot on the chat. We kind of touched on it a little bit at the beginning when we talked about PvP. So some people have concerned that players being able to fast travel in PvP makes the player who's carrying the map gives him a disadvantage, basically. So Ernest, I know we are working on PvP like improvements on the Cutthroat Cargo feature. Is there anything you want to tell us about this? Are you aware of that feedback? Are you looking at it?
Yep. We're keeping a very close eye on this as PvP develops. We're trying to see how many people participate, whether players that are underdog have the opportunity to catch up to the player that's in front. Keep your feedback coming if you do think that it is unfair and there are other ways we can approach this. Let us know. We have a team here looking specifically towards PvP engagements, and if you have anything interesting to share, do let us know inside Reddit.
Perfect. All right. I think that basically sums it up for today. So again, I think the important message here is that we are very on top of what our community is saying on social media, on Reddit. We can't be everywhere answering all the questions, and we can't share all the details of everything we've planned for the future. We're trying to give you a bit more understanding of what we're thinking about, what we're looking at, and what we're considering. There's a lot of things planned. Season 1 is coming next week. Season 2 will come after. We are very hands-on on fixing the most critical bugs and issues that the players are reporting since the launch of the game. After that, obviously, our top priority will be addressing the key player feedback. So feedback on PvP, feedback on endgame. We hear you very well as well that you are really excited about potentially having more ships and bigger ships and a bigger map, etc. So there's a lot of things that we are looking at. Some of the things we kind of expected and we've been thinking about for a long time. Some things are new, to be honest. So we need to see how we can implement these things and do it right, but also as quickly as possible. In general, if I was to summarize this in one key message, please keep the feedback coming. It's very important. Go to Discord, go to Reddit. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you want. It's very, very important. And we'll do our best to keep an eye on everything, collect your feedback, and hopefully implement things that you'd be excited about to play in the future for Skull and Bones.
Yeah.
Ernest, Sam, I'll let you say goodbye quickly.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
You'll be back in the
Thanks for having us.
I think it was a very nice opportunity for us to be here, to be a bit more transparent with the team. We can't exactly share all the details, and like we don't want to, over promise. But the best way that we can surprise players is through when the feedback and the bugs are actually fixed in the patch notes. So that goes directly to players. I think
Yes.
that's the best way.
So about that, we'll be sharing the details of Season 1 very soon. So keep an eye on our social media, keep an eye on our website. You have more details on everything that's coming with Season 1, be it bug fixes, new features, new content. So you can look up forward to this. And before we end the stream, in case any of you joined after the beginning or in the middle or maybe just recently, I'm going to play the Season 1 trailer one more time so you can all have a preview of what we've planned, and hopefully you can get excited for the release date of Season 1 coming next week, the 27th of February. Thanks again for tuning in, for asking questions. Thank you again for supporting the game. Again, please continue to engage with us and share your feedback. Is very important, and it's been really fun talking to all of you and seeing all your comments in the last couple of weeks. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Prepare to clash against new rivals as tensions rise in the Indian Ocean. With fleets of resource-rich ships traversing these waters, pirates from across the world are driven into a feeding frenzy. Experience it all for free in the first season of Skull and Bones: Raging Tides. Face the vicious Captain Philippe Lepeste and his legendary pirate ship La Potence in the tides of terror. Incurring the wrath of local supernatural forces, he leaves the Caribbean for the Indian Ocean in search of a cure for the curse inflicted upon him and for control over the helm. Equipped with plague bombs that taint everything they touch, he and his ravenous fleet of plague bringers and plague hunters will pose a threat to your pirate empire, luring into all-out naval warfare by decapitating his captains and taking down his invading fleet, leading up to an epic showdown. With more pirates swarming the Indian Ocean for a chance at untold wealth, you'll encounter brand new world events on the treacherous seas. Because of this, mega corporations like the DMC and Compagnie Royale rush to complete high-stakes deals along the trade routes before pirates can strike. Hell-bent on defending their territory, the clan of Farah pulls together all their resources to build an elite warship to protect their merchant convoys. As a pirate, your reputation is everything. Climb the ranks of the Kingpin leaderboards to secure your place at the top and unlock exclusive higher-tier weapons and equipment for an edge against your enemies. Amidst the brewing turmoil, an influential figure from the West hears of your exploits and reaches out to you with a proposal to smuggle high-value resources under the nose of megacorporations while thwarting Lepeste's rise to power. Prove your worth and reap rewards as you progress across 3 unique paths simultaneously on the Smuggler Pass: the Shipmaster, Quartermaster and Gunnermaster. Obtained from the Shipmaster, the Whaling Ward armor provides additional protection to your crew by reducing incoming damage and stamina depletion from the toxic attacks. The Quartermaster grants the La Potence schematics, which reveals the weak points and boosts damage dealt to Lepeste's fleet and his ship when you're in a group. From the Gunnermaster, you can acquire the Carronade, a powerful new weapon ideal for crushing hulls and flooding your enemy's ships. Combine these new weapons and equipment, and you might just survive the Plague King's onslaught. And for those who dress to kill, you'll also earn gold on the Premium Pass to purchase more opulent cosmetics from famed foreign bazaars. The Atelier and Shipwright will also receive shipments of exotic new cosmetics regularly, which are only purchasable for a limited time. The time is now, Captain. Hoist your sails, load your cannons, and plunge into all-out naval mayhem as you enter the raging tides of Skull and Bones.